By 1953, John Wayne was the biggest movie star on the planet. The Duke, the man Hollywood built an entire idea of American manhood around. Tough, unshakable, invincible. But behind closed doors, he was married to a woman who terrified him. Her name was Esperanza Baur. Everyone called her Chata, a Mexican actress, beautiful, fiery, and by most accounts, absolutely volcanic when she drank. And she drank a lot. Their marriage had been a slow-motion disaster from almost the first week. Screaming matches, accusations of affairs, on both sides. Wayne later said he'd never been so afraid of another human being in his life. And this was a man who stood 6'4". Then came the night everything cracked open. Wayne had been out late. Exactly where and with whom became the subject of a very ugly divorce trial. He came home in the early hours of the morning. The house was quiet. He walked toward the bedroom. Chata was awake. She had a gun. What happened next depends on who you believe. Wayne claimed she raised it and pointed it directly at him, that he lunged and wrestled it away before she could pull the trigger. Chata told a different story, that he came home violent and drunk, and she grabbed the gun in self-defense. There were no witnesses, no shots fired, just two people, one gun, and a marriage that had finally eaten itself alive. The story didn't make the papers right away. In 1950s Hollywood, studios had iron control over what got printed. Publicists made phone calls, editors made decisions. And the image of John Wayne, America's cowboy, had to be protected at all costs. But the truth came out in court. The divorce trial between Wayne and Chata became one of the messiest celebrity proceedings of that entire decade. Both of them dragged each other through the mud. Affairs, alcoholism, violence. The newspapers ate it up. Chata claimed Wayne was abusive. Wayne claimed she was dangerously unstable. The judge sided largely with Wayne. She received a settlement, but far less than she'd fought for. She died 3 years later, alone in a Mexico City hotel room. She was 39 years old. Wayne moved on. He married a third time, had more kids, made more iconic films. The Duke rode off into the sunset, like always. But there's a version of history, a very real one, where that night ends differently. Where the gun goes off. Where the biggest star in Hollywood dies in his own hallway, in the dark, at the hands of a woman the world barely remembers. John Wayne spent his whole career playing men who never flinched. But that night, he flinched. And that's the story they didn't put on the movie poster.